What's going on, YouTube? This is SG1 Sports, and you're watching our ACC football channel. In our 2019 college football schedule previews continue with Boston College. You can see their schedule on your screen. This team was 7-5 last year. Didn't get to play in the bowl game against Boise State. They played like half a quarter, or I don't even know if it was that much before that game got canceled last season or this past season. So don't know. They could have gotten to 8 wins if they'd won that game, and I think they were off to a pretty good start if I remember that correctly. The problem for Boston College is they really get hit hard. They lost a lot of talent from last season. Yes, Anthony Brown is back at quarterback. Yes, A.J. Dillon is back at running back. But beyond that, they suffer a lot of losses really across the board. Offensive line, receiver, defense. I mean, they really lost a lot of players. So I don't really expect this team to be playing at that same level. We'll see how it plays out. You know, sometimes these young kids can come in and step up right away and there's no drop off at all. But based off of that, I do kind of think Boston College will be down just a little bit. But the schedule is really not that bad, especially in the non-conference. They open up with Virginia Tech, a conference game, big game at home. If they can win that game, it could really propel them and help them to build some momentum for this season. But if they lose that, you know, that's going to be a tough loss at home. But then they face Richmond, Kansas at home, on the road at Rutgers. I mean, they arguably played the two worst Power 5 teams in Kansas and Rutgers. Now, maybe you could put Oregon State in that conversation as well, but 2 of the 3 probably in Kansas and Rutgers. And who knows, Kansas might be on their way up with Les Miles, but I don't expect that to happen right away. So then you got Wake Forest on the road at Louisville, NC State at home, at Clemson, at Syracuse, Florida State, at Notre Dame, and at Pittsburgh. So 4 of their final 5 games are on the road. And if you're going to go even further, 5 of their final 7 games are on the road. A lot of road games there in the second half of the season. They may start off with a great record. They may start off 5-1 potentially. But then the schedule again gets much, much tougher, and I think it's going to be tough in that second half of the season to maybe even get to a bowl game. We'll see how it plays out. But I think you can give them a win against Richmond. I think that's a pretty easy win. The FCS opponent, again, I don't do the FCS, so I don't know which teams are the best. So hopefully I'm not overlooking something there. But we're just assuming because it's an FCS team that Boston College should win that game. And then I think you could give them a couple of more fairly easy wins, and that's Kansas and Rutgers. I realize those are Power 5 opponents, but unless they really make a stride forward, that's not going to be those are not going to be games that Boston College loses. And then also against Clemson, we're going to go ahead and count that one as a loss. So yeah, we're going to start doing that as well for some of these teams that really just don't have a chance. I don't see Boston College with any chance in Death Valley of beating Clemson. It's just not going to happen. So you have 4 games already set. You look at the rest of the schedule. You want to look at best case scenario, Wake Forest, Louisville, NC State. Perhaps they could win 2 out of those 3. That would get you to 5 wins. And then maybe, who knows, maybe they beat Virginia Tech in the opener. That gets you to 6. And then on those final 4 games, maybe get 1 of those. I think winning 1 of those is probably about the best you're going to do. So that would get you to 7 wins. I think that's about best case scenario for Boston College. On the flip side, worst case scenario, yes, we've given them 3 wins. Let's say they only win 1 out of those 3, Wake Forest, Louisville, and NC State. And then I think they'll win another game somewhere. So I think they at least get to 5 wins. You could make an argument for just 4 wins, but I'm going to say that they find a way to win another game, even if they only win 1 of those games. And they're going to be favored probably against Louisville. That may be the only other game where they're favored. Wake Forest, NC State at home, they might be favored in 1 or both of those games. I don't know. That's a long ways out, obviously, and don't know how good all these teams are going to be right now. But I think they can get to 5 wins. And I think, again, it's between 5 and 7 wins. If I was going to stretch this out one way, I would go 4 to 7. I would not go 5 to 8. I do not see 8 wins with this schedule. Just too many games there in the ACC, Notre Dame as well. I don't see Boston College winning 8 games. I would be very surprised if they won 8 games, again, with all of the inexperience they're going to have across the board. They do have A.J. Dillon, one of the best running backs in college football, but I don't think that's enough to get you over some of these. And it's get you wins in some of these games, like Notre Dame on the road, Clemson on the road. Florida State's going to be tough, I think. Syracuse is going to be tough on the road. Pittsburgh's going to be tough on the road. So, you know, I think between 5 and 7 wins for Boston College. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Give me a projected record. What do you think about this schedule? It's really not that bad. Clemson, Notre Dame on the road, those are two really tough games, yes, but beyond those two games, they don't have any other really tough games, and they've got some easy games on here as well. So it's really not that difficult of a schedule, but still, for a team like Boston College, there are a lot of games on here that they could potentially lose, and that's why we have them possibly missing out on a bowl game. Thank you for watching this video. If you are an ACC football fan, please subscribe to the channel. Leave us your thoughts down in the comments below. And for the latest in ACC football, keep it right here